Hello, everybody. Welcome to this month's Team Builders Global Leadership Webinar.
Yeah.
We are excited to welcome you from all around the world. We have a great lineup of speakers today, and particularly guest speakers. So we're excited to be introducing you to Dr. Foster and Terri Malmed as well. So as you know, we usually start off with recognition. So we're going to do a little bit of recognition, rank advancements, and particularly some special recognition. And then we're going to have a chat with Dr. Foster and his beautiful wife, Terri, for a little while. And their story is amazing. So we're very honoured to have them on with us today. And then we want to make sure that you fully understand all the promotions that are being run throughout ASEA, and particularly the Australia-New Zealand incentive, as well as letting you all know about the Dallas team dinner for those of you who are coming to the convention. And also it's a one-stop shop on this webinar to make sure everyone's up to speed on upcoming events, staying plugged in, announcements. And so, yeah, I think we'll just jump straight into the recognition. Did you want to say anything?
No, absolutely. Just good morning. We're plugging in from Brisbane today. So
we are. Yeah. So, yeah, welcome. Okay, so huge congratulations to the following Director 300 rank advancements over the last few weeks. So well done. Congratulations.
82 new Director 300s just in the last month. So fantastic.
Well done.
Absolutely.
And Director 700s, 81 rank advancements for Director 700s as well. So there's a lot of movement in the lower ranks coming through to the executive ranks. So we're very, very excited and want to welcome you all to the team. Here is the beginning of the executive leadership ranks in ASEA. So here are all the bronze executives with their upline sponsors listed on the right-hand side. So well done, all bronze executives.
See some people from France, Hong Kong, United States, and let's see, we got Spain on there, as well as Australia, of course. So fantastic. Well done. Congratulations, bronze.
Absolutely.
Great achievement. Beginning
of the executive momentum pool, so very exciting opportunity for people when they start to hit the executive ranks. And then silver executives, so congratulations to the following silver executives. Well done. And I just love this business when it comes to building it globally, so we get to meet people from everywhere, which is really fun.
Got Thailand coming up on new silver in Thailand.
Yep. And gold executives. So congratulations to the following gold executives. Well done to all of you. Platinum executives. So congratulations to these following platinum executives from the US, Hong Kong, and Australia. So well done.
Massive achievement, guys.
Yeah.
I feel lost. I don't have my bubbles or the...
Oh, that's right. I hid them from him. They're hidden. Okay, we have a beautiful guest on today. We weren't able to hear from Julie last month, but we are excited because she's here with us. We're going to turn some time over to her for a minute. And she went diamond last month.
Not only did she go diamond, but she was #1 on the Ascent trip.
That's right.
So treated like a queen, treated like top royalty over there. And she's working and playing at the same time, going, you went from there to the Galapagos Islands. So I don't know if you're muted, Julie, but we'd love to hear a little bit from you. You there?
Yep. Hey guys, how you going?
Great. Thanks so much for joining us today.
That's all right. I'm really sorry that I can't stay for the whole thing, but I have to drive to Rockhampton to do a presentation. So got a bit of a drive ahead of me.
Oh, it's so great to see you.
What a massive accomplishment. Just doing amazing things. And you also do a remarkable webinar too. So you were recently the expert in the house. So fantastic.
Thank you. Well, I'm really enjoying what I do with ASEA. I wish I could do it absolutely full time and do nothing else. And hopefully that's what I will be doing shortly.
We
just have to.
What brought you into ASEA? What was the?
Like a lot of other people, a health issue. I found out about the product through some friends because I put a horrid picture of my face on Facebook. The people that have seen my webinar would have seen those pictures. And literally it changed my life health-wise. So I used the Renew for a long time, which is just an incredible product. And then I started on the ASEA and had a lot of other incredible health changes from health challenges that I've had for a very, very long time. I have a long medical history that started when I was 16 and went up until recently, really. It truly has changed my life, and I just love sharing it with people. I love the company. I couldn't be in better company with the people that I'm surrounded by in ASEA. They're just amazing people. The trips that I've been able to go on have been fantastic. And, getting out to do all the training, like I get to everything I can. It was a convention last year. We'll be there this year. And last year I went for 2 days. So if people are thinking about it's too far, I went to Utah for 2 days last year because I just didn't want to miss it. I had to get back for something that I just had already booked and I couldn't do anything about it. But and my husband thought I was absolutely mad for flying all the way there for 2 days, but that's what I did, and I'm really, really, really glad I did. It was great. And this year I'm going, and I have another 4 or 5 of my team flying there with me, so that's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to spending some time with them away, and we're going to have an extra couple of days in Dallas. So
yeah, those are game-changing events for sure.
Yeah.
And you know how to really use the promotion. I mean, obviously the convention is a big event where it creates big vision. And we've got the Reach for the Beach contest now. So similar to the Ascent, where you really put some effort into it.
Yeah. Look, they're great promotions. It's really great for people to go for that. And it's really rewarding at the end. Not only are you helping a lot of people in doing that, but you're also getting very well rewarded. I mean, ASEA trips are truly amazing. Mexico was fantastic. The cruise last year was brilliant. And you get to do a little bit of, you get to mix with a lot of people. You get to mix with all your upline and get to meet the people that are doing really well in the company. And all of those people are always so charming and so happy to speak to you no matter what level you are at. And they all mix together, which is something that I just am so proud of ASEA about. It's amazing that it works the way it does. Like, nobody is ever left out. It's an incredible company.
Well, I remember early on seeing those pictures that you had posted on Facebook, and the incredible burns on your face from having the treatment that you were going through.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty fair to say that your life has been changed quite a bit.
Yes. Yeah. In lots of ways. It's certainly changed my health, and also I guess my income has changed dramatically, and a lot of people don't know my story as of that. But Graham and I were doing quite well. We have a lot of properties. We're real estate agents. We've bought property for years, and the Gladstone market literally has gone back 17 years in what property is worth here due to. Yes, very scary. It's worth about what it was in the year 2000, and we've had a huge amount of money wiped off our portfolio. Nothing we own is worth what we paid for it right now. We've had to put a lot of our own money into keeping that afloat, and ASEA has really, really made a big difference in that. We were actually having to take a lot of money out of Graham's super to not have the banks take our properties. I mean, they didn't, because we were lucky enough to be able to keep afloat. And a lot of people here, like I said, I'm a real estate agent, and in Gladstone, the main thing I deal with at the moment is mortgagee and possession sales. So we have hundreds and hundreds of them over the last 3 years. The banks are just closing on everybody left, right and centre. So ASEA has been an absolute game changer for my life in health, but also in wealth.
Wow.
So I'm so thankful for all of that.
Sounds like it's been an absolute godsend. And
yes.
And now you're traveling the world. I know before we were talking, communicating when you were in the Galapagos, or
Yes.
getting to the Galapagos Islands, and you were talking and prospecting and recruiting people in South America at the same time. So
we did. We actually got a lovely guy in Ecuador. He opened an account, and he's really excited as well. So he's a Director 300 already, and he's I know that it's not open in Ecuador, but he opened his account in Colombia. So you can make it work.
Oh, absolutely. We're so happy for you, Julie. You're an incredible inspiration, and it's been really fun watching your rise to stardom, so to speak, but more importantly, the fact that you have your health back.
Yes.
You're able to financially deal with what's going on, which could be a really big trauma for a lot of people financially with what you just described property-wise.
Yeah.
You really are making an amazing difference to the lives of other people, and truly that's what ASEA is about. So we're so...
For me, that's the biggest thing. I love making a difference in people's lives. Every day somebody rings me and tells me something that's happened to them. It's just mind-blowing. Truly incredible.
Julie, sorry, Melissa, you've done this and you've built this with more than a full-time job. How have you done it?
I work a lot. I literally do work a lot, but look, Danny, I've always been a workaholic, I guess, but it hasn't been difficult. I don't think it's been difficult at all. I guess I am really busy at work. I'm actually the sales manager with 3 salespeople, which are all my family, thank goodness. I've been in that business. We don't own the business. I've been working for this wonderful, wonderful gentleman for 15 years. He's like family. But real estate, it's not a sit at your desk time job. So it does afford me, a bit of time to be able to work appointments around going and doing presentations or going and speaking to people about the business or speaking to them about their health or whatever it might be. I really do. I don't watch TV. Like a lot of people, and I've heard you say it, people say I don't have the time. It's like I never turn. My husband has just been away for a week. The television did not go on. And it never does when there's no one else in the house. I always have something better to do than watch telly. And I think that's really important. I think if people want to do something, they can make the time because they do have the time. If they think what they really do with the rest of their time, they would understand. I know everyone needs downtime and rest and recreation and all that sort of stuff, but there is lots of other times in day and night that you're really doing something that if you really wanted to, you could be working on ASEA. That's what I do.
Yeah, I remember what you've been through leading up to reaching diamond, the 3-way course to squeeze in and everything that you could do in the time that you had outside of what you had to do in life. So well done. Where you are, and thank you for your contribution to all of us and everything you're doing for ASEA.
No, I thank you guys. I wouldn't be here without the support that ASEA offers and our upline offers. It's truly an amazing team effort always. You guys, Mal, Bart and Melissa, it's just amazing. There's always somebody there for you. It never fails. So, you always know that somebody's got your back, which is a fantastic feeling to have when you're building a business, because you're building a business by yourself, but not really by yourself. So it's just incredible.
Yes, that's a good point. You really only depend on yourself, but realistically, we are here to support and reaching out of the guys that are building the business. Yeah.
Well, I have 4 presentations this weekend. So I've got one today. I've got to drive to Rock, and I'm doing 3 tomorrow. But God love him, my husband had to come home from where he was so he could do all my open houses this weekend. So I can't do it without him either.
Gee, well, you're so deserving of the success, Julie, and we're excited about you continuing to fly with this company and in life in general, and can't wait to see more of you on stage and to get our
I'm not good on stage. Really bad on stage. But anyway, I'll get there.
Well, it'd be great to see you in Dallas too. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah.
And have a safe ride to Rocky.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm really sorry I have to run.
Thanks.
Okay. Catch you later.
Looking forward to your diamond speech.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm not good at. Okay. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was fun. She's wonderful to talk to.
Yeah.
So we've just got a few more specialty awards to announce in terms of top associate enrollers for the following weeks listed. So week 22 and 23 here. So congratulations to everybody listed as top associate enrollers. That's globally as well. So absolutely fantastic efforts. and week 22 and 23 for top emerging leaders as well. So absolutely fantastic results there. And you can see some of the same names coming up on the screen. So people are certainly growing their business. And top emerging leaders continued for week 24 and week 25. So congratulations in particular for the people listed in red who are ranked #1 globally for these specialty
Fantastic.
awards.
Look at that.
Yeah, absolutely massive.
That's big stuff.
It sure is.
Tracy, Steve, yeah, congratulations. And look who's made it at the top of the leaderboard here.
Week 22. We've got Dan, there's Winnie, Alan, Karen, Julie Watts again, Malcolm Sword, and Richard Lee. So congratulations.
Danny's always leading from the front. Well done, mate.
It's about time he does a bit.
And then week 24 and 25, where we've got Dan Doyle listed twice on this slide. So congratulations to everybody else on this slide. And it's so exciting for us to see. So well done. And all of you are making a massive difference globally. Otherwise, you would not be listed here on these slides. So Reach for the Beach leaderboard, we're going to talk more after a chat with Dr. Foster and Terri Malmed about this incentive, but this is just to let you know, I only took a screenshot of the top 15 people that are currently listed, and the arrows are for people in our team. So congratulations to everybody who has an arrow next to their name, as well as everybody else around Australia and New Zealand who are also listed here. So this is an exciting incentive. If you don't know a lot about it yet, stay tuned into this presentation because Bart's going to take you through the incentive in a way that you can really understand it. So we're going to move on now to a quick review of who's on the board for the Ambassador Extension. We've got Dan, Suzanne, Richard Lee and Mal Sword, and then the Diamond Summit qualifiers for Ireland as well. So congratulations to all of you. We don't have anyone new added on this past month, but we just wanted to make sure we highlighted those who are going because it's such a big deal and a lot of people have really planned ahead to make sure that they've been able to achieve Diamond for this event.
Yep, I'm sure Julie will be added to that list here real soon.
That's right, absolutely. So we'll see her next month on there.
Yeah.
Now we have a very exciting couple that we want to introduce to you. They are a lot of fun to be around. Come to Dallas, you'll find out firsthand. And we're excited. They're not actually in our upline team, as many of you know, but they've been so gracious to join us today. They have an amazing story. And Dan, feel free to interject too at any time. These two.
I was going to say they're a lot of fun to be around, but are also a bad influence to be around as well.
It's a good thing that it's not part of our specific team, but they are part of our team because we're all the ASEA family. The ASEA family, and so look, I'd love to just introduce Foster and Terri. Foster has been a chiropractor and kinesiologist for the last 27 years. He's also the director of education for a national chiropractic company. He was single-handedly responsible for bringing ASEA and redox technology into a hospital as well. Terri, you've just been an amazing leader. Both of you have been amazing leaders, and really, we acknowledge you and respect you, and we're really looking forward to hearing your story. And so welcome to the call.
Thank you for joining us today. Where are you joining us from? I couldn't remember where you lived.
Hi, guys.
We're right here.
Hello.
Ah, great.
We are in Paterson, New York.
I thought it was New York, but I wasn't 100%.
Fantastic. Well, I'm so glad. I wasn't sure if you were going to be on the road and calling, but we're glad to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having us, guys. We're excited to be here. Hi, Danny. Yeah, we actually did just get home. As you could see, we were moving around. The dogs are so excited and hyped up because we've been gone all day that we're like trying to maneuver them so they don't whine and squeak their balls the whole time while we're on here.
We took the squeaky balls away, and the balls that are old with no squeakers, they have those.
Yeah, we can totally relate.
Yes.
And by the way, yes, Foster looks young enough to be only in practice for 27 years, but it's over 35.
35 years.
Wow.
35 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keeps getting younger. Yeah.
I'd like to hear just a little bit about your journey. I mean, in particular, Terri, you were really dealing with some pretty major challenges, and I think it's fair to say that ASEA has saved your life in a way. Would you mind just sharing what was life like before? What were you going through, and what kind of led you to this? What led you to ASEA in this whole journey?
Well, again, thanks for having us. I guess I'll start. Yes, it actually will be 8 years in a month. August 2010 was when we were introduced to ASEA by a friend from California, the opposite coast of us. And he was a network marketer, and he wanted us really to join his business. We were not network marketers, and we didn't really want to do a business. So we kind of just ordered it to shut him up. Just as a favor, we joined the business. We weren't planning on doing it. He didn't know, though, that I was really sick, and I had been sick for many, many years. And everything in my body hurt. We don't name medical conditions, but everything in my body hurt. My muscles, my joints. I had extreme fatigue. I couldn't find words anymore. I was depressed. I was, oh gosh, you name it, I had it. I'd really pretty much shut myself off from the world. I was a personal trainer, but I was having a very difficult time lifting weights for my clients anymore. I had my own personal training studio. And so, but I did everything right. I was one of those people that was I said I was the sickest, healthiest person you know. So I did everything that you guys, if you've done it, I had done it. And so decided just to add this silly saltwater network marketing product just to the mix. And, we did the wrong thing. We ordered one case to share between the two of us. And I am so blessed and thankful that I had results in 3 days instead of that, some people don't have results or feel results for 3 months. And I did in 3 days. I literally got out of bed and could walk. All my discomfort was gone. I was like a new person. And I said to Foster that day, I said, sweetie, it's got to be this stuff, this ASEA stuff, AC stuff. And he said, no, you can't be. He goes, it's a sports product. And that's how we were introduced to it. We were talked about the cardiovascular benefits and the athletic benefits. That's why we were doing it. And so he said, it can't. This is a sports product. But on day 5, I was doing even better. On day 8, he called me and he goes, I feel really good. He goes, I have this great mental clarity. He goes, my mouth can keep up with my brain. And we always laugh because if you know Foster, when he says his mouth can keep up with his brain, Danny's laughing. He's a good talker. But he was in his 50s. He's going to be 61 this year, guys. 61. Look how fantastic he looks. So on day 8, he said he felt really good. And he goes, maybe it is this stuff, I'm feeling good. And that was the beginning for us. He started to read Dr. Gary's book, and about halfway through The Science of Healing Revealed, he said, put it down, and he said, Terri, this is why you're better. This is why I feel good. This is not a sports product, just a sports product. He said, this is going to change healthcare. This is going to change the world. So for me, I didn't care. I just felt good, but he's a researcher and he was blown away.
So Terri, you had those benefits after 3 days with your health, but you got your sports performance. How was your sports performance?
Gosh, you know what? I don't even know, Danny. I was so happy to not being in bed anymore. I got my whole life. What was big for us was the launch of the company. The first convention was a few weeks later. And we had never done network marketing. We'd never been to a convention, but we really were like, you know what? We've got to go find out what this is. Like, this is so big. And so, when Julie was saying how she went to convention for 2 days and people thought she was crazy, leaders are born at convention. And Julie shows that. She went to convention and look at where she is today. And that's the same thing for Foster and I. If we had not gone to convention, we wouldn't be on this Zoom today. We'd still probably be taking ASEA, but we would not have been Triple Diamonds. We would not have built this as a business.
Now, did you go and meet the founders at a fly-in before the convention?
No, we weren't network marketers. No, so we didn't know what a fly-in was for probably 4 years.
Okay, all right. So it was at the convention that you had met the founders, and that was really a defining moment for you then.
It was. You know why? We thought, Burtis Norton was walking around, and Jim Pack and Dr. Gary, and gosh, it was like all of them. Kurt, and they were walking around, and they wanted to hear your story. And I was like, they were real. These were real people with tears in their eyes wanting to hear my story. What happened to me? These people that didn't need to listen to me, but wanted to. And we got to see people, what for me, when I decided I could do the business, you guys, was when I saw Trish Schwankler up on stage. And you guys know Trish. She's woohoo and all over, and she was excited. And she goes, and I'm thinking, oh, great, look at her. She's awesome. And then she goes, I have a PhD. And I was like, I bet you do. And she goes, a public high school diploma. And I thought, oh, wow. I said, well, that got my ear because that's all I have is a public high school diploma. And I said, wow. So if this woman could do it, maybe I could do it. And so that kind of like got me going. Even though I really wasn't going to share the business opportunity in the beginning, I was just about the product, which was a big mistake. But I said, I could do this. I could do this.
That's the biggest regret we find people have these days. They don't share ASEA with people from day one. So regardless of what they're going through, they don't share it from day one. So I waited 5 months. I know Bart took a long time to make a decision to listen to people after being asked or told about it 20 times. But so we know what it can do for people. We know what it's done for us. It becomes a responsibility, doesn't it? You don't want to keep it to yourself.
It does. And what I learned, because I was embarrassed of network marketing. I was one of those people who thought that network marketing was a pyramid. I was like, oh yeah, one of these pyramid schemes. Listen, that was my ignorance. I just didn't understand the power of network marketing. But I wish people say, what's one thing that you would do different? I would have shared the opportunity from day one. We were embarrassed of the opportunity. And so we shared the product. And what we learned is, people will tell you, gosh, if this works on me, I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. I'm going to tell everybody. But the truth of the matter is people get better and they go about their lives. They're excited. They got their life back and they just want to go live their life. And that's great. But I said, if you can help get one person, if you can get a Danny Doyle or a Bart and Melissa Kotter, talk to them about the opportunity, they will talk to thousands of people, and you can help thousands of people with their health conditions and with their financial situations. So that was my biggest regret, is that we waited so long to share the opportunity.
Yeah, I was totally ignorant to the fact that network marketing was a business model that worked. And I used to think these people in this industry were crazy, and I used to stay raw and truly. I wouldn't go back to anything else now. I wouldn't go back to working for anybody or in business or, what an amazing opportunity. We've got a company that ticks every box. So, we've got an awesome gift.
It's like what Alan Noble says, he is psychologically unemployable. I am too. There's no way I could go back to, I had my own business, but I could just never, I can't imagine doing anything else.
I love what Eric Worre says. He said, network marketing may not be perfect, but it is absolutely a better way. We feel so blessed every day for the freedom that this has created. I was just thinking about your situation, Foster. It must have been incredibly frustrating to see Terri going through all these incredible challenges when you're doing everything. And you're, of course, into, as a health professional as well. And just, the challenge, the frustration. So the lights, tell us about the lights coming on. And I'd love to hear how you move this into, when you realize the power of this technology, and I'd like to hear about the journey of bringing this into the hospital.
Into your patient base.
Yeah, your patient base, exactly, in the hospital.
And you've got one of your children on the couch joining in.
Do you see him?
Yeah.
That's Sebastian. He's actually an Australian Shepherd, even though we know Australian Shepherds aren't really from Australia. Our favorite dogs are Australian Shepherds. Say hi, Sebastian.
Hello. Oh, he's gorgeous. Very handsome.
Okay, so first of all, the beauty of this business model is, as a chiropractor, I get paid for what I do. As a network marketer, I now get paid for what she says. I haven't had to say a word on this yet. which is awesome. So, so how did it change? So I had a wife. So, you know, I tell people that I was sort of helpless and hopeless. So we had tried about 10 different doctors, every Western medicine, every Eastern medicine, acupuncture, colonics, didn't matter what it was. We tried it to try to get her better, and we couldn't get her better. But I'm the healer. I'm the guy that people come to, but I couldn't help my own wife. So that was a very difficult time, just trying to help and just, you know, shooting blanks. So then when we go on this athletic product, so this was no placebo because we're told it's an athletic product. And on day 3, she says she feels great. And I said, awesome, I'm going to work. So I came home and she was feeling great. And same thing, day 4, day 5. And she's trying to now tell me that this saltwater network marketing athletic product just gave her a new immune system. And I wasn't buying that. So it was like, you know, she said, I'm never going off it. It's like, good for you. I'm going back to work. So on the 8th day was when I had stomach issues, and that was awesome. I had seasonal issues, and they were awesome. But when my mental clarity came back, you know, like in a flash, I called her and I said, I don't know what's going on here. So when I came home, I said, something's weird because, oh, I'm sorry, weird is an American word for strange. Just want to clear that up for Danny. So I said, I don't know what's going on. I said, I just feel amazing. And she said, now will you look? So I started reading Gary's book, and it takes me a couple of days to get through half of it because it's not exciting. And that's when I said, okay, this is why you're better. This is why I'm better. The guy who told us this was an athletic product is an idiot. And this is going to change the world. Okay, so we go to the convention, which changed our future. And after seeing all these people crying who said, I was supposed to lose my leg, but I didn't. I was supposed to get my affairs in order, but I didn't have to. When we saw that, we're skeptical New Yorkers. Those stories don't resonate so easily with us. So on the plane coming back home, it was like, okay, we're going to share this with some friends and some family and see what happens. And we did. And the family members who trusted us, and it wasn't many of them, they had great results. And friends had great results. So I said, okay. Now, I had been the chiropractor in a hospital for 6 months in New York. That was the 27th. It took me 27 years to get into the hospital. That was my dream. Chiropractors, they don't let many in hospitals here. So I had been there only for a handful of months, and now I have a saltwater-based network marketing product in the hands of the chiropractor in the hospital. So I tell people, they didn't throw me a parade when I got there, and they weren't throwing me another parade when I brought in a saltwater network marketing product. But I said, you know what? I've read enough of the science. This is real. And if they come and try to throw me out, I will be able to defend myself. So I'm going to give it to 5 of my patients who have what she had, which was, we don't know what that is. We just know these people are sick. Nobody gets them better. And let's see what happens. And of the 5, 2 were better in 3 days. 2 were better in 3 months, and 1 was better in about 6 weeks, but they all had the same result. So that's really catching my interest. And then the one that really caught my interest was when, during that time, one of my favorite patients, a really charismatic, funny guy, just like Danny Doyle, who's one of my favorite patients, comes in and he looked horrible. And I said, are you okay? And he said, no. And I said, come back. So I took him to the back room and I said, what's going on? He said, I've had a great run. I'm 72, but they told me that I have something in my chest and I need to get my affairs in order. And they're giving me about 5 weeks. And they're going to do a surgery on me, but they don't think that I'm going to live through the surgery. And we cried on each other. And I said, okay, you're going to take this stuff, and I hear it's good for the immune system. So maybe after that surgery, you'll do better than they think you'll do, and I'll see you again after the surgery. So they had to do another CAT scan on him a few days before his surgery. And I'm going to take all the profanity out because I know Australians don't use profanity. And the doctor showed him his scan results and said, what are you doing, Tom? And Tom said, why? He said, why is this thing improving? So he told the pulmonologist, the lung doctor, I'm taking the magic water from the chiropractor downstairs. You know, a New York doctor is going to love that in a group of hundreds of doctors. And he said, I don't know what you're talking about, but we are not taking that body part out this week. We're instead going to just give you another 3 months and then redo the scan. So he brought the scan down to me and we cried on each other again. And I said, I didn't know this stuff does anything like this. And so that was almost 8 years ago, and he's fine. And now we've been able to share that globally. And once you have just one of those cases and you get paid in tears and hugs and goosebumps, you're hooked for life. And shame on you if you don't share it with everyone, because you're going to change lives.
Wow, that's what a powerful story. It's amazing the gift that we have with this technology. And I just think we got a responsibility to share this with the world. So I recall listening you say you set up a bunch of boxes as people came in.
Yes, I did.
Oh, it's funny.
Yes. So what I did was, I'm busy. I didn't have time to discuss mitochondria and redox signaling, which is all we did in the beginning. We didn't really have any videos.
People used to keep calling it a pyramid.
Right.
Oh, you're one of those pyramid things. You're one of those pyramid things.
Right. So what I did was I got 10 boxes and I did 4, 3, 2, 1, and I made it in the shape of a pyramid. And as people would walk by that room, as they came back to the treatment room, they would stop and say, what is that? And I would say, oh, that's the most powerful product in the world, and it's not a pyramid. And they would say, what are you talking about? It's like, we'll send you information. So that was just piqued their interest, got them to say, I want to know what that is, and we send them information.
Fantastic. Well, I totally love how you shared your story. You've been incredibly compliant, and as part of the medical advisory board, you've done.
That's my job, sir.
You know, that's it. You can tell your story. People get the gist of it. You know, you can, like you said, how did you feel before? How did you feel after? I mean, you can really get your story across.
I never said mesothelioma, lung cancer. I never said any of that stuff. I would never. That would be inappropriate.
I just want to clarify something for the Aussies too. You actually used the word shooting blanks. It means something totally different here. What you meant was you had no answers for Terri.
Well, we know that too. We know that meaning too. That's very funny.
We do know that meaning, but that's another medical condition that we're not talking about.
That's so funny.
So you guys have seen so many changes over the years from, the early days where we didn't have the tools or the testimonials and everything had to be created. I mean, and now, we recommend, as you said, Terri, earlier, we recommend everybody to take the product for at least 3 months and to get on a product plan to suit whatever they're going through as well.
Yeah, we will not. We're pretty tough here. If somebody won't make a 3-month commitment, because when people say, I'll try it for 30 days, we're tough. We just say, you know what? Now's not the time for you then. If you won't make a 3-month commitment, because you could be that one that is the 31st day or the 35th day, and it's not fair to you. It's not fair to the company to do that. It's like, make a 3-month commitment and give it time to change your life, whether you feel it or not.
And we're also being very clear now. I love that the genetic study, a lot of people say, well, why didn't they do the genetic study on 4 ounces a day instead of 8? And they had their reasons, and they were great reasons, and it helps us. So now it's like, you know what? You want the best benefit, 8 ounces a day. That's the sweet spot. That's where we want you at. So if you want to start at 2 ounces twice a day the first month, that's great, but then we're going to want you up on 4 ounces twice a day because we know what that's going to do for your genetics.
Unless if somebody says, listen, people have financial issues, and some people can't afford 2 cases a month. We get that. I got better on 2 ounces twice a day. Well, I take 8 ounces twice a day now. So again, if somebody says I can't afford it, of course, 2 ounces twice a day, awesome. Stay on it. But if you really, really, if you can make it happen, do at least 2 cases a month. Yeah.
Absolutely. And in Australia, if they can't afford it, we know that they can all just go borrow it from Danny Doyle. So it's not.
Yeah, I'm still on half a bottle a day. I mean, you know, for 3 years now. So I wouldn't reduce that amount. Too concerned about anything that's going to come back, everything that I've ever experienced. So, you know, we know that's healing at optimal level. And, you know, people with various health challenges may take more or may take less, depending on what they're going through. But Suzanne and I, we're on half a bottle a day each, and that's it. That's where we're sitting.
That's us
so
too.
we do. And it was her fault. So I used to do 2 ounces twice a day.
Because you said, I'm so healthy, I'm good,
no
I
problems.
don't need it.
And then she started badgering me and said, I want you to drink more. And I said, why do I need more? They say 2 ounces twice a day because I'm so smart. And she said, you see what's going on with people. She said, I want you preventing everything. And how could I argue? So she made me go up to 8. Then she made me go up to 12. Then you can tell this woman loves me. So now I'm at 16 and I love it. And we feel amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I heard a different story. I mean, Terri told me that you had that disease called aging and she didn't like the way you were looking. So she wanted you to increase the amount of
Take the gloves off, Danny. I'm all up for it, brother.
Just to let the guys know, we have a lot of fun like this all the time.
That's the beauty of this, is the friendships and the family. Like, we're going to have so much fun in Ireland. It's like, you know, we've made so many wonderful relationships in this company. Relationships that just can't be broken. We all have this bond, and whether you live across the pond or in Asia, wherever it is, when we come together on these diamond trips, when we come together on these trips, it's a bond that lasts forever, and you just build these wonderful, wonderful relationships.
You know what? So a quick story, 5 seconds. So you think that Danny's obnoxious in a great way, and I'm obnoxious in a less great way. The most obnoxious one on this call, you all may know, is Melissa. So when we were at convention, I didn't know Melissa, and she made a wise guy comment that I couldn't believe had just come out of her mouth directed towards me at like 2 a.m. at convention. And that's when we decided, I think we could be friends with Bart and Melissa.
It's my Irish heritage. I'll blame the Irish.
Blame somebody, exactly.
I've got to say though, the first time that I actually was introduced to you, Terri, it was amazing. You were on a charge-up call. I was walking on the beach with our dogs, and you read out a statement. I wish I had it on me today. We're just away from home. You read out a statement on what it meant to be an entrepreneur. And all I can remember about it, because I would have read it had I had it here, and I'll put it in our next newsletter so everybody can get it, because it's really profound. It says that you are allowed to complain and whinge for 10 minutes a day. That's it. That's all I remember about it. The rest of it was amazing. But I'm thinking, oh gosh, that'll be so good for Bart. Just keep for me for 10 minutes. I thought at the time I thought, I wonder if that's actually possible. But it really stuck with me. It was amazing what you read out, and I just remember absolutely it was indelible, the etchings on my brain. I thought, I can't wait to meet you both, because you're phenomenal business builders, because like you've already described, you absolutely know the future of ASEA when it comes to the future arriving early with these molecules. You fully embrace that. You're changing lives, you're traveling the world. And I was curious, Foster, with people on the line who don't know anything about the medical professionals board, do you mind just enlightening us a little bit on what that's about and who you're surrounding yourself with in terms of the quality of the people at the company as well?
Absolutely. So I say it's the biggest honor that I've had in my life, besides being married to this woman and having my children. When they asked me, I said to them, you sure you want to do this? I said, because I think that there's a lot of smarter people out there. I just was one of the first, and I had it in a hospital. And they actually gave me the non-disclosure agreement because I talk way too much and I find all the secrets. And I would call the company and say, you guys published, like, don't talk about it. So it's a real honor. So there are 7 of us at this time. And so they took sort of a cross section. So we have 2 chiropractors. We have 2-3 medical doctors. We have a physical therapist. It's an amazing group of people, and we're actually part of the marketing department. So we're actually, Becky Cox is in charge of us. And so they sort of bounce ideas off of us about how it is we might look at doing things. And then our job is to take what could be incredibly complicated, if people want to talk about mitochondria and the Krebs cycle and all the things we should never, ever talk about, and how it is that we take the complex and boil it down to simple messages, and where it is we might take those messages, and then Becky and her team take it and they go and they make these awesome different ways of getting the message across. So to be able to sit down at a table with these people who are just really, really bright and all have the same mission, you know, this moral imperative that we must get this out, and how do we do it best? It's just a real honor.
Fantastic.
You do your job extremely well, and it's fun to have seen you serving in that capacity for so many years now. And we are so excited to be catching up with you soon in Dallas and then in Ireland as well. So I don't know if there's anything, Dan, that you would like left to say. There's so much to say.
Yeah, it's a really good point. We are going to catch up. We've been in the business for a very short time, but caught up over the years. We've had so much fun. There's a lot of stuff that we don't promote or talk about in ASEA, and it's the lifestyle and the gifts, the prizes, the trips. Where have you guys been? What has it done for you? And just with the incentives too, I mean, I really utilize the incentives and promote it to the team to build that solid foundation of their business, to build the correct business building practices to have that foundation, so they're building it in the right way. From the incentives, the trips, the gifts, the prizes, everything in the background that we don't promote, what can you say about all these things? I mean, it's just amazing.
Wow. That was really crazy for us. I mean, when we won Enroller of the Year, I think that was our second year.
2012.
Oh, I thought it was 2011. I don't know. We were sitting at convention. We were just talking to people and sharing. We didn't know about winning awards and winning trips and all that. And we're sitting in the audience, and it was like the top 10 enrollers of the year. And so they were doing 10, 9, 8. I didn't even think we were in the top 10, top 5. And they get to number 1 and they call our name, and we were like, what? It was like, oh my God. I was scared to death. I'd never been on stage. I was like, I'm not talking. But that was that was our first big award that we won. And winning Business Builders of the Year. We were the first ones to win that. That was a shocker. But the trips, guys, we've been to Hawaii 3 times. We've been to Costa Rica, Panama,
Mediterranean cruises,
Italy. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Where
Costa Rica.
That one I said. So many trips. What we've decided is that we're going to win every trip. It just is. It's like every year we're going to win the trips. And
when we see the trip, we just make a plan.
We're going to win it.
We haven't missed a trip.
No.
We won't miss a trip.
No.
And it's incredible. So, one of our mentors said that as leaders, you must win the trips.
Yep.
You must have the company pay your way so your team can see it. And, it's all great now. We can do these Facebook Live events and we can show them just what it looks like. One of our mentors said, don't talk to them while you're away. Make them miss you so that they will be with you the next time. And we don't do that. Terri's nicer than that, so she wouldn't let me do that. But it's the trips are incredible. And it's like, we used to travel, a fair bit, but not like this. We've won 20-something trips with this company.
Yeah.
It's,
let them pay the way.
It's amazing.
Why should we? Let them pay the way. It's great. And you know what? It's not, I wouldn't even say it's winning. I mean, you guys, right? We earn it. We really all work really hard. We earn these trips. And I just want to say, whether it's the first year, the second year, when we got in, our upline said, this is a 3 to 5 year business plan. Don't think anything less of that. So we never even thought about that we were going to hit diamond in the first year or the second year. We just didn't have that in mind. We just knew that this was a 5-year minimum business venture and we needed to work it. And I think that's really what makes the difference in this business. You have so many people that come in, and because they work really hard for a month or 2 months and they're not making all this money, they think network marketing doesn't work. I said, what you're doing today is what you get paid for in about 3 months. So the work you're doing, and so people want that instant gratification. So even if people aren't signing up today, those are the people, remember, 8 to 12 exposures. Those are the people going to sign up in a month, and it's going to take them a couple of months to get going. So it's just know this is a business that you're going to be in, and it's going to change your future forever. Get in, work hard, and don't stop. Just don't stop. Keep going.
Yeah, good point. Your investment's your time, and working hard 3 to 5 years and setting yourself up for the rest of your life beats working for the next 30 to 50, doesn't it?
Thank you. Right.
Exactly, to have it taken away from you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But people don't want to do that. They want to be rich in 3 months, and that's that thing about network marketing that people think, oh, I'm not making a ton of money in 3 months, so it doesn't work, and that's a shame. That's a shame.
You guys have been really big proponents of creating vision boards and getting your mindset in the right place, building a great team. Maybe just touch on that for a minute, and then tell us about building.
That was how we got to Diamond, was goal statements and vision boards. So we worked really hard, learned how to do a proper goal statement, had our teams doing it, and every single day, morning and night, we read our goal statements, and every single day we looked at our vision boards. We believe in it's what you put out there comes back to you. It's the power of positive thinking. It's the law of attraction. And so absolutely, and goal statements, I think, are one of the hardest things to do, because it's that fear of failure or that fear of success. Am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? But that's how we got to Diamond. And I visualized walking across the stage. That's in my goal statement. Walking across the stage is Diamond. Walking along the beach with my husband, watching the sunset, hanging out with our ASEA family. All those things that I knew would be on a Diamond trip that would, what would change for us. That's what I visualized. So, yeah.
Okay. So you invited us here, so I'm going to take an extra 3 minutes. Right?
Yeah. Right. I was just thinking, though, Terri wants to spend so much time with you and all those goal statements with walking on the beach, and she actually knows you, and she still wants to do that. That's amazing.
How do we mute that guy? He would have been muted. Suzanne would have muted him years ago.
Oh, I love you.
Okay, this is how we got to Diamond. Our first mentor was Kevin Porter.
Yeah. He was Triple Diamond.
Who was Paul Tyra's business partner. Triple Diamond on the advisory council. And
my mentor.
Someone asked him, how do you become a diamond? So he wrote this up, and we read this every single day.
You know what? And you might want to, because it is a little bit longer than 3 minutes, I think. But we could always post it so they could read it. It's a really powerful.
I think we'd love to hear it.
Okay, let's go.
How about this? How about if we
on our refrigerator?
So powerful.
Okay,
you ready?
Here you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1, this is your life. Be 100% responsible for it. All of it. Taking 100% responsibility stops the excuses, the justifications, and the whining about whose fault it is that I am where I am. Here is your mantra. Today I take 100% responsibility for my life, my marriage, my work, my bank account, my kids, my dog, my car, my house, my clothes, my attitude, my smile, etc. Period. Being responsible makes it possible for me to change anything I want to change. Handing responsibility to others saps my power, my talents, and my gifts given to me by my Creator. Today I am 100% Foster and Terri Malmed. Who is going to tell us otherwise?
Number 2, always be recruiting. Have the mindset that you will have 100 personal sponsors by the time you hit Triple Diamond, and 50 to hit Diamond. That is the price I gladly commit to paying for the freedom I so dearly desire. If I get there with smaller numbers, so be it. Yet I commit to these numbers for my future, my family, my freedom.
Number 3, read the leadership books. There is a reason people have written them. They have climbed the mountain that we are currently climbing. They can give me seeds of greatness that will push me to and over the top. I know that there is a mountain right behind the one I am climbing, and I will need their help again. So I will read the books, spend 30 to 60 minutes daily reading the books. Successful diamonds read the books. Can it be any clearer?
Number 4, to be in the top 5% of network marketers in ASEA to achieve diamond and above. Oh, wait, you need to be in the top 5% of network marketers in ASEA to achieve diamond and above. The good news is 90% of the people will never even try to get into the top 5%. They simply do not believe that they can. That makes the journey so much easier. Knowing the numbers makes my job simple. Just believe you can. Then have the will to say, I will do it and I must do it for my future, my family, and my freedom. Believe you can be in the top 5%. You can, and we need you to take your place on stage.
Number 5, develop tenacity and a fierce habit of persistence in accomplishing the goal of becoming diamond. Have a vice grip view of your vision of walking across the stage at the convention and being announced to thousands of attendees. How does it feel? What will that look like in your bank account? Imagine and envision how people will look at you. Wow, act like a diamond today with your core beliefs and with humility, not with ego.
5, stay in constant touch with your mentor. Expect to be held accountable for your actions and results. These are simply measuring sticks of your progress, not personal judgments of your worth or talent. We are all students all of the time. Remain in student mode, even as a triple diamond. To be more, you must learn more, then react. To take action again and again.
Number 6.
I love this one.
Stop listening to negative people. Turn off the TV set and spend your time creating your future. When people get negative, excuse yourself politely and move on. Negativity is poison for your life. Think about this. You have a glass of pure, clean water. You drop in 1 drop of arsenic. Not enough to kill you, or maybe not enough to make you sick, but would you drink it? Of course not. Negative people and comments, TV news, magazines, articles are like drops of poison in your day. How much of it can you endure before it changes your mind, your attitude, your future, and your life? Get rid of it. Walk away from it. A little of it every day is a cancer that will affect the long-term outcome of your life.
7, do everything with a heart at peace. Be the calm in the storm. Take big action with quiet confidence. You have a clear vision, so you know the outcome. Expect the best to manifest every day. Ask yourself this question: how can it get any better than this? Several times a day, and look for the answer to the question. We all have daily opportunities to share the ASEA story, to serve people, to show your heart to others. You never know where each contact, conversation, or action will take you. Trust yourself and expect miracles to show up every day. This is like fast forward.
So next one was, so be a fast forward member and mentor it for others. Win the contests. Go on the trips. Make the company pay your way. Learn to duplicate with the system in the starter kit. Know your tools and your information. Be a professional.
And last, help others recognize their gifts and talents. Show them the way, our way to a better future. Whether they say yes or no, in or out, love them all. This is an important part of our journey. ASEA is bigger, better, and more important than we know. Trust that knowledge. Be 100% responsible for your outcome. Your mantra is, I am ASEA and I am grateful. And this was my mentor, Kevin Porter. And he's the one that said, Terri, you will never be successful in this business. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. He said, you'll never be successful unless you read the books. I said, what do you mean read the books? What books am I supposed to read? He goes, you have to do personal development. I said, what's that? And so he was the one that taught me about doing personal development, the goals and all of that. Isn't that beautiful? And that was literally 7.5 years ago, I think he wrote that.
That's
so,
perfect. That's perfect.
Isn't that beautiful?
We will send it to you so you can post it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
One of the best things I've ever heard in my entire life.
Isn't it great?
Absolutely.
I love that man, yes. And so he was such a great, great upline and mentor. And a big part of this company as well. So that has sat on our refrigerator, by the way, every day since then. That is on our refrigerator for years, and we read it and we remind our team and we post it. And so there you go. I'm glad we got to share it. Good idea.
Yeah, everyone appreciated it. There's a lot of messages coming through that everyone loved it and it was amazing. So.
Awesome. We will get that over to you today, we promise.
I just want to add thanks so much, you two. I absolutely enjoyed it as well, but I want to throw in a little bit of a chat with everybody here. So on these webinars, we would really like you to increase the numbers, people getting on them, because there's a lot of people who should have been on this webinar right now to have listened to what was just spoken, and they have missed out. And for you that are on here without your team being on here, I'm sorry to say it's your fault. So I don't say that very often, but you know what? People need to hear this, because unless you can catch up with Foster and Terri at the overseas events, we have some amazing speakers, but I've got to say you two have been my favourite. And I can say that because Ed Weens is not on. I just checked. So, yeah, so thank you so much. And please bring more people to these webinars so that you can absolutely have your life changed, which all of us has been today. So you two are absolute legends. We love you. We love you completely, and we're so grateful that you've been able to be here with us today. And Danny, you can take some cheap shots in person next time you see them. That you'll be within reach.
He can try, but he's going to lose like he does every single time. It's the only thing he loses at.
And I have to just
exaggerating.
Thank you so much for that beautiful comments. And you know what, Melissa, being on that stage with you at the last convention, I don't know what our title was, Women of Business. I don't know what it was, but you guys have such an amazing upline in Bart and Melissa and Danny. And she is so eloquent in speaking. I was blown away. I'd never got to hear you speak, Melissa. And I was just like, wow. Wow, amazing. So, you know, you don't realize, grass always looks greener on, you know, when you're looking. You guys have amazing upline. Like, be so appreciative is all I can say, because if you don't know it now, you will when you realize how amazing.
We have just as amazing cross lines. So thank you so much.
Thank you. We're honored.
We love working with you. Incredible, the friendship that we've made over these years. And I do look forward to having a crack at you at Foster next time I see you.
Take a shot, brother. It won't go well.
Tell Suzanne I miss her. I can't wait to see her.
I assume that she's locked in the dungeon someplace over there.
We better end this. It's going to get ugly.
Exactly. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
We're honored, and we're going to want the favor returned soon.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much.
Thanks, guys. A real pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Congratulations on everything.
Everyone.
You guys are killing it.
Thank you. Bye. So amazing. I'm so glad that you were all online to witness Terri and Foster, because as you can see, they're remarkable leaders and they have a lot of fun. And I think that's a real key thing for me too, because I'm really quite introverted and a bit conservative, and the fun factor is just so absolutely important in this business. So thank you all for being on for that. Terri was talking about, and Foster, the power of promotions. So a lot of you actually understand the Reach for the Beach, but for new people on the line today, we want to make sure that you really get it, that you really understand that this is an amazing incentive for our marketplace. It's taken a few years for us to really rally the troops to be able to get market-specific incentives out here. We want to be able to continue them for our market, and this one, Bart's going to walk you through. Dan, please feel free to add your comments, because it's really important for you to understand this promotion.
Just to clarify, yeah, I mean, there's people from around the world on this call. This is just for Australia and New Zealand, this promotion, guys.
Thanks, Dan.
All right. So I loved what Foster and Terri said about winning every contest that's out there. There's different incentives for different markets, but let's just take a minute and talk about Reach for the Beach for the Australia-New Zealand competition. So the way to, we all love great holidays, and it's even better when someone else is paying for it, right? So let's show you what it takes to pay for this holiday. Now, this contest is well underway. The way to win it is to enroll anywhere between 15 and 28 people in the contest period. And this contest is based on volume It's also based on enrollments, but it's also, and this is the cool part, it's also based on the auto ship volume that's created from those new enrollments. So obviously what we want to do is the contest is set up to reward the proper business building behavior. And without question, you want to make sure that we're setting people up for success, meaning that they're on an auto ship program, that they're going to have that product coming every single month, and we're starting people off correctly. So the qualification period started June 1st, and it goes until October the 1st for Australia and New Zealand here. So it says September 30th because that's U.S. time, which is how they always do it. Now the reward is a 5-star resort, and it's I'm told that this resort is absolutely spectacular. And well, I'll let the cat out of the bag. I think that they're still confirming a couple things, but it should be in Vanuatu, as where they're. This resort apparently is just everything's included. Just when I say everything included, the beach and the play equipment and the surfboards, all sorts of different things that they've got there for the fun. So here's how to win the trip. Let's see. Just going to move this out of the way. Okay, so there's 4 prizes. Now, by the way, the prize value here is in U.S. dollars. So, for example, the grand prize is, when you do the calculation, it's like $5,400 value approximately. Now, the cool thing about this is the grand prize is not just for one person to win the grand prize. The grand prize is for anybody who achieves these requirements, which I think is fantastic. So it's not just, 4 people winning or whatever. So, so let's take a look at this. For example, the first prize is $2,000 in U.S. dollars in travel reimbursement, $1,800 U.S. dollars for a suite for 2. I think that this is so cool how the company does this. Some companies just have rewards based on one person, but ASEA recognizes that we've got partners in our business and people that we're working with, and if you don't, you can certainly bring a teammate with you. And so it goes down to the 4th place prize. I'll just kind of skip the 2 in between because you can see it's just a lesser amount. So this is $500, again, U.S. dollars, travel reimbursement, room for 2, which is just a little bit of a downgrade from the others, and $250 in swag and product. So let's just take a quick look at what that looks like. So starting from the beginning of the contest period, so we're a little ways into it, so these numbers can be bumped up, but look, let's just take a look at the grand prize, 28 people. When you break that down, it sounds like a lot of people, but if you break it down into just bite-sized pieces and divide that out by the number of weeks in the contest, it's only averaging 1.6 people, new people, that you've enrolled per week. So if you just shoot the target to enroll 2 people a week in your business, you'll hit those odds. Now it's also creating 11,000 points in volume. Now remember that volume is also based on your auto ship volume as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about getting people started with their fast start, and their initial order. And you'll see that number is very doable. It's just working the numbers with proper enrollment. So, and then the 4th place prize is 15 people. So the way I look at this is you might as well shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll still land amongst the stars and you'll be joining us for a phenomenal holiday, but might as well go for the grand prize. So let's just take a look at this. You've got to make sure that when you enroll someone that they have at least 100 points when they enroll, and that they're also set up with an auto ship template order. So let's just say, for example, I don't know if you've had people say, "Oh, I'm just not sure about getting an auto ship. Let me just place an order for now." I want to promote the benefit of the loyalty points and program so that they know the benefit. And I would just tell them, I said, "Look, my goal is to set you up for success. Let's say it's the 7th today. Your auto ship would be in 1 month from now. Look, we can set a reminder or something on your calendar on your phone, just so that we can double check and we can revisit that. But let's set it up now. We can cancel it at any time." But as you heard Foster and Terry talk about, they really get a commitment for people to be 90 days on the product. So you're already setting the reason up for them to succeed from the beginning. Also, preferred customers, if you set someone up that way, they need to have an auto ship order as well, and that can be at least 50 points. So the volume is determined by commissionable volume. So so an example, let's see, someone enrolls with one case, that's 100 points. A preferred customer with the same enrollment order would generate 50 points PV, because they do calculate the points a little bit differently for preferred customers. So Danny, I know your philosophy, and our philosophy is pretty much just to have everybody come in with a position. If you're a health professional, that might be a little different. Some people might just be customers, for example. But let's just take a look at this. So I'd like to address the enrollment pack a little bit. Now, the idea, look, the terminology that I like to use is to set people up for success. I love setting people up for success, whether that be for their health, to make sure that they've got enough product that they can really get, stuck into the product, using the product to get the results that they need over the time that they want. But also, if you're looking at this as a business, if you were to invest in a traditional business, you would be investing tens, hundreds of thousands, possibly even millions of dollars. We're talking for even an entrepreneur pack, the biggest one is only 1,300 points. We're talking less than $3,000. It's not very much product, really, when you think about it. Now, the idea here is that if people have enough product to not only use, but they've got a little bit of product to maybe share with other people, maybe some product to sell, maybe some product, if they enroll someone, that they could give some product to start with straight away, right that day, that they could, help get them started, and then have it replaced with their own product, for example. So the different packs here, the personal pack, the business pack, business combo pack, and then the entrepreneur packs. So obviously these packs come with extra sample tubes. These can help build your business also. You get the added benefit, and then also the loyalty reward points. Like, for example, this entrepreneur pack, you'd immediately have like 150 loyalty reward points, which is like a free case and a half, just to set it up that way. So it's really setting things up for success. Anything you want to just kind of add to that, Danny? I know that you're really good at getting people started right.
Yeah, I mean, we started with the big packs, and a lot of people are still denying people of the big packs. They go straight for the small packs because they're too worried, concerned, and scared about mentioning the big packs because of the price. You're doing people a disservice if you do that, guys. Start with the big packs and work your way down. Give them the opportunity to make their own decision on that.
Yeah, exactly. And so when you actually break that down, remember we just talked about, well, we'll break it down a little bit into the contest points, because the bigger packs are also going to rack up a lot more points toward winning the contest. So you're literally setting everybody up for success, including yourself, not just your customer. Everybody wins on this. So let's just talk about an example for an auto ship order. Now, Foster and Terry talked about, going through 2 cases a month. And so between the two of them, if someone did a double dose, so you can see that this is pretty conservative auto ship. So let's say if someone just had 1 case of ASEA, that's 100 points. But really, we should be looking at having people on at least a case and 2 tubes, or 2 cases and 4 tubes, that kind of thing. But ideally, the ASEA via Source is a phenomenal nutrition product. Look, when ASEA surveyed, the people in ASEA, they found that 90% of associates were already taking nutritional supplements, and you cannot get a better nutritional supplement than the ASEA via Source. And so make sure that you get people on that, because it's going to just really enhance the benefit of the whole product. So we're talking, nearly 200 points to get started that way. That would be an auto ship. So let's just take a look at how that actually breaks down. On the grand prize with 28 enrollments, let's say, if the average enrollment was only 200 points, now remember, a business pack is 400 points, and the entrepreneur packs are between 800 and 1,300 points. So, but if it was just 200 points for these 28 enrollments, that would be 5,600 points. On the auto ship, let's say that if each one of those enrollments only did 1.5 auto ships per person, because over a period of time, the contest, they won't have 3 months worth of auto ships. Maybe they have a little bit less. So if you just averaged it as 1.5 auto ships per associate, that'd be 42 auto ships, which would create another 5,400 points. So you add that up to 11,000 points right there. So that's how it adds up. Now let's just take a look at the 4th place. And the 4th place, let's see, 15 new associates at that same average 200 point order. This seemed to have a little bit of, there we are. that would be 3,000 points on enrollments. And on the auto ship, now this is assuming, let's say, for example, that someone comes into the contest a little bit later. We're into the contest right now, but even, 3-4 weeks from now, someone comes in, they could still win this, because this is only an average of less than 1 auto ship per associate over a 4-month period of time. And by the way, these auto ship orders are only 130 point average for an auto ship. So obviously a lot of people are going to do more than that, but that's going to be another 2,800 or 2,080 points. And you can see that that adds up to the total of over 5,000, which is the 4th place qualifying prize. So it's totally a doable thing. This contest is really smart the way they've set it up. But guys, it's not going to happen by accident. You need to set the intention to go for it and to make it happen and to actually track your results and track your success for that.
So I rang you, when was it, Bart, a day or two ago, and I said, we're going to win the grand prize. It's it's the first time the company's had a competition, from what I recall, where there's unlimited first prize, grand prizes. So anybody can win the top prize. I think it's a lot easier than what people think. But you need to become, and you should be already, relentless recruiting maniacs. I mean, if you're not doing that, and if you're not in that frame of mind, you're not building a business. Your business isn't heading in the right direction. So even for Bart and Melissa and I, for being in the business so long, I mean, we should be consistently bringing people on. And this competition has basically, we've got to do that if we want to win. So I don't think the volume's going to be an issue for people here with the way they've set it up, with the auto ship being included, but it's just the amount of people that you're bringing on. So we're just under 3 months left now for the qualification period. So everybody on this call, and guys, exactly what Melissa said before, you're on this call, but you haven't got your team on this call. You haven't got the people that should be on this call, because you're only thinking of you. Think of your team as well when it comes to what they need to achieve to win this incredible trip as well.
You put that a lot nicer than I did, Dan. Thank you.
Normally I'm the bad cop, but
that's true.
Needed to be said, Melissa. Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, look, the cool thing about this is we can do one incentive on top of another incentive.
There's a little bit of feedback on your end, Dan. So, cheers.
So the fast forward. This is really smart the way the company set this up. So you can click the getting started on this fast forward. Before you enroll someone, go ahead and click that in your back office. And if you enroll 4 people with a total of 800 points over 2 weeks, over 14 days, then you'll get an additional sample tubes. You get some loyalty benefits toward free product. It's in fact, if you tally up the incentives on this, if you did back-to-back fast forwards for this period of time, you would have enrolled 32 people. The cash and reward value would be $4,168. So on top of the trip incentive, and this is based on U.S. dollars, I believe. So it would be, it's well over $8,000 in benefit, in product and loyalty rewards and for the trip. So not only that, the biggest benefit, of course, is that you've got your business rocking and rolling. You've got people on your team, which is going to create residual income for the rest of your life if you continue to work your business properly.
Yeah, I've been mucking around with the fast forward all year personally, and 3 weeks ago I made a decision to hit the button and to win every single one that I can by the end of this year, and ongoing, because it's been institutionalized. We've got it forever, this incredible fast forward promotion. So I did achieve that in my first 2 weeks, and I'm halfway through my second, and I'm halfway there already my second. So this is not only going to help you towards winning Reach the Beach, but also, set you up for the foundation of your business as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Danny.
This is just to remind everybody of the importance of understanding and utilising the loyalty rewards program, because we're really fortunate that ASEA have had this in place, I think, for about 12 months or maybe less now. But there's a phenomenal way to earn points. They grow with time on the enrolment orders, with the packs, also with the fast forward program, and the first auto ship order gets bonus points too. So we've had some people who will sort of ring and say, look, I think it's, I don't know if I want the next auto ship to come through, it's a little bit tight financially, whatever they might say. And when we explain to them, this is actually what you're going to lose if you come off auto ship, they all stay on. because who doesn't love free product? We actually use the free product that we have to send to people all around the world who we know, needs it. So it's a phenomenal program, and just be sure you understand it and let all your new people know that this program's in place. Particularly the Asian culture, they love this loyalty reward program.
Yeah, they love free things, and this is where I love pushing the big packs too, because you're starting at that 15 or 20% loyalty immediately, and that's a massive bonus for anybody with free product. And if you do the calculations on what you get in a short period of time or upfront, rather than building up over a 12-month period, there's a lot more product that comes through and a lot more benefits.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that point up, and that's a huge benefit to getting the larger loyalty packs. So really just starting with that mindset to begin with is perfect.
This is just a quick reminder for everybody when it comes to Genie with the 2 versions, the free. So have a play with the free program if you haven't already, and the pro program. I'll show you in a minute the extra advantages of that. We've been entering all our new people into Genie, and it's been really phenomenal from the team tracking point of view, the reports, to be able to pull reports to manage a business effectively. We've really enjoyed using Genie. She's made our lives so much easier.
I love just being able to go back in and see if someone's actually opened the email that I've sent to them, if they've watched the link, to get a reminder for following up with someone. It's excellent.
I won't go into this in any real detail, but you can see, say, with the first line highlighted next to contacts. With the free version, there's unlimited. The pro version, there's unlimited contacts, and with the free version, it's the full function for the first 10 people listed in there. So it's first level mentoring for the team only with the free version. So you want to be able to have unlimited depth with the watch list, and you can mentor people through Genie. There's full access to all training, and you can assign training to your people through Genie. The library, you have full access to all content with the pro version, and you can really personalize Genie as well. And you can add a partner. If there's 2 of you working your ASEA business, the partner account can be added with that version as well. Unfortunately, with the free version, you can't do that. It's a little more complicated. Then there's a tax package, which may suit some of you this time of year for the pro version only, as well as there's real-time business activity data that gets uploaded straight from ASEA. Many of you may realise and see every day we're getting these emails and text messages from Genie that come through from ASEA, and it's been really fun watching people live time almost who rank advance. So we really love Genie. Encourage you to take a look and give us your feedback for those of you who are using her as well. It's easy to access the trainings on how to use Genie in the training section of Genie. You just go down to training, and then you click on ABC webinars, and there's 4 training modules listed there.
Yep.
Okay, ASEA via Source. So many of you may have seen the new banner in our ASEA Virtual Office homepage. So it's easy now to add to auto ship, buy it now, and learn more about ASEA via Source, which is really important. Last time we had people before who were saying, how do we get on auto ship? I didn't think we could with this product. Check your Virtual Office homepage. It's all right there. And last month, you may remember Alan Noble came on as our featured speaker. He spoke highly and heavily about the benefits of this product.
And same thing, guys, don't keep it to yourself. Let your team know that it is available, and they can find it easy now in your Virtual Office.
Thanks, Dan. Okay, we've spoken about enrollment packs, so I'll just keep going through this slide. It's just a reminder to get comfortable with the big packs and know that they're there for our benefit. These packs do change on ASEA's end from time to time, so we can't take them for granted. So absolutely leverage them and understand why the big packs are important for people you're talking to. Okay, so I want to transition into upcoming events so you can filter this information down to your team, and so you're fully aware of what's happening. So we've changed the Team Builders Global newsletter, and on our Team Builders Global Facebook page, there's a link there now for you to actually join up your team, or you can subscribe yourself if you haven't already. The way we're doing it is there'll be a long newsletter going out on a Monday with all the events. There will be a very short reminder newsletter on a Wednesday with the expert in the house speaker, and a short reminder one on Friday if there's any upcoming weekend events. So be sure to plug your team in there. It's a really good place to get access to all the information. Try to keep it as simple as possible with images, so if you're scrolling through, you can find what you're interested in. We still get a lot of calls during the week asking us questions that is contained in the newsletters. So we know some of you have the, go look in your newsletters first too before you call your upline, because the information's all there. Happy to answer questions anyway, but it's just a really efficient way to train your team to go there to have a look for what's happening.
I hope you all like this new newsletter format. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's just a great way to keep people plugged in. Please make sure you get your team subscribed to this so that they're in the system and get all the information.
So ltbg.subscribe me now. So that's the new link for all of you. Okay, let's have a quick look at, oops, going the wrong way. A quick look at what's coming up this week. The July expert in the house, we've got Jeff and Akiko Wood, diamonds out of Sydney. So they've got a phenomenal story, lots of experience in the industry, and they'll be featuring 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. this week. Dan, as you know, featured last week. He created a phenomenal recording that's basically going viral. I think everything you do goes viral, Dan. It's so exciting. But these webinars on a Wednesday night, the idea behind them is for you to get people together in in-home presentations or in front of a room full of people, and have the presenter leverage your time, have the diamond leverage your time, and do the Discover ASEA portion for you as a third-party expert. So they've been really successful, but be aware to plan this event into the business building aspects weekly in your business. And for previous recordings of your favourite diamonds, redoxdiamonds.com. Okay, we've got GoPro next weekend on the Gold Coast. It's not too late to get tickets. Many of you are coming who are already on the line. This will be an absolutely phenomenal event. We're really excited to be able to, I haven't seen Eric Worre live before, so I'm really looking forward to seeing him on the Gold Coast, and we hope to see you there, so it's not too late to get tickets.
Yeah, Danny, you were at the GoPro Live event in Vegas recently. I've been to one of his events as well.
Yes, I walked into that. Actually was approached by Eric Worre's stepdaughter and Marina's daughter, who lives in Italy, just in regards to a Hall of Fame with achievements for the GoPro event in Vegas in the last week, which was just absolutely amazing. It was very humbling, and I said to her name's Daniela, so Marina's daughter. I said to Daniela, I said, I walked into that event with my chest puffed out, one of the biggest earners in the room out of 10,000 people, and it was a humbling experience. I walked out learning so much from that event. So incredible event. I think that I even got Mal Sword onto a call with Daniela, and he might be speaking at the Las Vegas event in front of 12,000 people in December. So, which would be fantastic for him and his own branding. So yeah, I highly recommend that anybody that can get to this event, on top of what we do, obviously this is totally different. This is personal development. This really gets down into the nuts and bolts of what you should be and not should be doing when it comes to building a network marketing business. There's no better than Eric Worre to deliver that and to train people.
It really is an investment in our business as opposed to a cost. So we'd love to still see you there. If you can make it along, it will make a big difference. And it's a lot cheaper than going overseas to attend these events. Okay, so let's have a look at August. So our next interviewees in August on the 4th for our Team Builders Global webinar will be Ed and Rebecca Weems, our sponsors. Ed is well known in this industry as one of the best speakers that there actually is. Particularly given his background being a pastor. So make sure you're on next month's call to be able to really benefit from Ed and Rebecca. And I'm going to quickly transition. This is an event that's being run in Florida, and I'm going to quickly bring Kayleen on as a panelist so she can explain a little bit more for the people over there in the US, and if you've got people around the Florida area or close to Florida. Kayleen, you're on now. Here she is. Kayleen, are you with us? There she is.
You're muted.
I'll unmute. There you go. Hang on, I can't hear you. Darn it. Must have maybe a challenge with your speaker. So we'll see if she can sort that out in the next minute or two. But it's August 11th. It's a Super Saturday event. See if you can talk now and we can hear you, Kayleen. That's it.
Is that better?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Perfect. Yeah. So please let us know about this event because you're organising it and it's going to be a phenomenal day.
Sure. Well, this is very special. We have a phenomenal team in Florida, and really also because of the amazing mentorship from you guys and from Dan Doyle. So, and Ed Weens. Anyway, so thank you for, for guiding us from across the pond, so to speak, right? But anyway, basically we wanted to take responsibility to really bring some fantastic resources to the state of Florida and to the southeastern region of the United States. And so this will go from 1 to 5:30. And the first hour and a half will be for people to bring guests and have, learn about ASEA. And Ed is helping me put together a doctor's panel that will be part of that as well. And then you see the business training. What we did is we surveyed our team and other associates on what would be helpful to you all. And so we're still working on putting the program together, but these 3 points that you see will be a practical sort of business training that we'll do from 3 to 5, which guests that, choose to join ASEA will be welcome to stay for as well. And we may potentially do a leadership dinner the night before. We're just sort of, it's the first time that this is happening in Florida. So we're sort of feeling out what people need and want. I also wanted to just encourage everybody in the US or people from around the world that want to stay tuned into the other US events. There's a ton of events happening in July and August as well in other places, some of them again from our very own team. If it's okay, I'll quickly go over that with you guys. And the way to find this is on ateamsupport.com, and the password for that is associate. Or on your event calendar in your back office, because I think everybody's pretty good about getting in both places. But coming up on the 14th of July, there's a phenomenal event in Frisco, Texas, which is essentially Dallas. And then in Portland, Oregon, also on the 14th of July on the West Coast. And then our team directly in Oakland, California, which is San Francisco area. For those of you that don't know, on the 21st of July, Dan Doyle right here on the call is going to be a part of that. And then on the 21st of July in Seattle, Washington is Bobby Martin leading that event. And we have, actually there's a few more local events in Florida put on by Daniel Matthews, who's also a phenomenal associate connected with David Silverman. So that's on July 18th and 21st on the East Coast and West Coast of Florida. Then on the 22nd of July, also with Danny, we're going to be in Long Beach, California, which is Los Angeles, essentially. It's a little bit south of Los Angeles. And on the 30th of July, just outside Salt Lake City, Utah, Danny and Ed Weens are working with Marie Arnold to put on a very special event. And part of that will probably be touring our headquarters as well for people that go to that. And then obviously you see our event here on the 11th. And on the 4th of August in Denver, Colorado, I think Cindy and Bo Buck are also doing essentially a Super Saturday like this with lots of training. So there's a ton of stuff happening on the US side of the world. Plug in, think about people you know. All of us on the US side will be happy to host your guests and help you, with any connections that you need to make.
Fantastic, thank you. And again, that's ateamsupport.com. Password is associate, and you can find, get all the schedule and all the information on those.
Or the events calendar in your virtual office.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Kayleen. I'd love you to come on every month and do the rundown in the US, because it's really important for us to all think outside the box and realize that we may know people who know people in these areas. So really appreciate you coming on, Kayleen. Thank you. And I know you're doing an exorbitant amount of work to put this event on, and I appreciate and know what is involved in that. So congratulations and well done. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I did put the website and password in the chat box, so everybody can look at that too. Okay.
Thank you. Brilliant. Great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Say hi to Hamilton. Okay, so here is next Saturday, 4th of August, the next TBG leadership webinar. So I just wanted you to remember these other dates for the rest of the year. We have Trish Schwenkler coming on, we have Denny Robinson coming on, and we have actually Dr. Dick and Nancy Walker in October. Trish in November, and Denny in December. So be sure to stay tuned and get your team on for those presenters.
Put these dates in your calendar and start letting your team know, having them put it in the calendar as well so that they're prepared for it.
Absolutely. Okay, let's have a quick look at September. I've received some calls from people this week wondering about the discount code to fly internally in the US for convention. So here it is up on the screen. It's also in the Team Builders Global newsletter. And if you have new associates who've enrolled within the past 90 days, they can ring the ASEA customer support number in their country and get a discounted convention ticket, which really helps. It's actually September 6th to the 8th, the convention, and the tickets are currently $299 US now, so don't delay in getting your tickets.
Unless you're new within the first 90 days.
Yeah, sorry, then it's around 179. So here's the building where it will be at. It'll be a lot of fun this year, so really looking forward to that. And we're seeing many of you coming, last minute decisions have been made to come, so we're really excited about it. You absolutely won't regret it. And you heard from Terri this morning the importance of going to these events. We have a team dinner. You may not know about this. For those of you who are coming to convention, I've got to say the tickets are actually limited. It's hosted by our upline, Ed and Rebecca Weens. I might get you to look for them, see if they're actually on as a panellist. Actually, Dan, do you mind just seeing if Ed's on as a panellist and promote him if you wanted to talk to, about this whilst I flick through these slides? Okay, Kayleen. Okay, so it's Thursday, September 6th from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. It's at the historic Lancaster Theatre in Grapevine, Texas, and you can reserve your tickets through this link, 2018 Convention Welcome Dinner.eventbrite.com, and that link is also in the Team Builders Global newsletter. So the tickets are only $40 per person, and the seating, as I said, it is actually limited. We've already bought our tickets. We didn't want to miss out on being there. But what's included in the ticket, you'll get transportation from the Gaylord Hotel, because the Gaylord Hotel is more or less a city unto itself. There's really not a lot else around there. You'll have your full barbecue dinner. There'll be entertainment and surprise guests. So this is a really fun event. We had Ed and Rebecca hosting it last year in Salt Lake City. It was extremely memorable and a really fun time. So just to let you know, after convention, keep these dates in mind and schedule them in terms of the post-convention tour. There will be a lot of first announcements at the convention, so we want to make sure that you also know that the venue in Brisbane has changed. It's the Geebung RSL Club. I hope I pronounced that right. So ticket prices do go up. It's $25 right now Australian. By September 1, they'll start increasing. So don't wait to get your tickets.
Yeah, this will be after all the announcements and all the cool stuff that we learn at convention. We'll be able to take this to and spread this around Australia to our team. So
Saturday, September 15th for Brisbane, and Sunday, September 16th at the Mulgrave Country Club for Melbourne. And then Sydney, it'll be Saturday, September 22nd at the Ride Eastwood Leagues Club. So make sure you get your tickets to save money and be at these events. All tickets for field run events in Australia, such as these post-convention tours, they are at aseaevents.eventbrite.com.au. That's a link you want to memorise. All ASEA events from a corporate perspective is aseaevents.com. So that's just a distinguishing feature there for you. Prepare for next year, for February, for our big corporate Envision training, Friday 15th with Tyler Norton, founder Tyler Norton, and Saturday is the full day event on the 16th. Now the super early bird tickets, it's $79 US, and that's only till the end of this month. There was a reduced ticket price last month, I believe, so we bought our tickets a while ago. But they do go up to US $129 after January 9th, so plan ahead and be there. This is the premier event in Australia each year. And we follow that, as you know, the next day with the Peak Performance Field Run Training event. The early bird tickets are actually September 30th, so that's expired. So $70, which is not much more, but it's just to let you know to get your tickets to come and hear from our keynote speaker, Dr. Darren Weissman, who some of you on the line know quite well. He really is a phenomenal speaker. He's a chiropractor, but he's developed his own technique, and he does motivational speaking. He travels the world doing it. He's a best-selling author as well. He's developed the Lifeline technique. So he has phenomenal energy on stage. He's really an amazing guy, and he has an absolute love for ASEA. So we're very fortunate and blessed that he will be visiting with us next year at this event for quite a significant amount of time on stage. So get your tickets for that day. And we want to wrap up by thanking you so much for joining us from all around the world today. We were so excited to hear from the Malmeds, and thank them again profusely for taking their time to join us. And for all of you from wherever you are, we have the next leadership webinar, as I said, on the 4th of August, so keep that in mind. If there's, Dan, did you want to add anything? Kayleen, is there anything else?
I know it's going to sound like I'm harping, but I repeat myself all day, every day, to make sure that you all commit people to 3 months on the product, guys, and do what the Malmeds do and what we do. And if don't let anybody have the product for any less than 3 months. Take it off them if they only want to try it for a month. Make sure you get the product plan for them. And if you don't know product plans that suit what they want to achieve, whatever their body's going through, talk to your upline about that. Do not handle a conversation with your family and friends by yourself. Peak interest, get those peak interest scripts. Otherwise, you're going to be burning people left, right, and center, and you're going to be losing people in all sorts of ways. And we've come up with a strategy recently, and we've got a good recording this week, 26 minutes of my expert in the house. Everybody's more than welcome to use that. And we're sending that out to social media, to also text messages, just with a basic script personalized to the person you're talking to. And we've got 1 in 25 people coming back and saying, I want the product, without chasing anybody else up. So there's some really good things happening. We're learning as time goes on. Just make sure you stick to the script as far as we've got the know-how now, how to build the business. We've made all the mistakes. Don't make the mistakes that we made, and don't continually make the mistakes that you might be making at this time. So, guys, yeah, talk to people all day, every day. Bart and Melissa, thank you so much for an awesome call and for organising Terri and Foster. Kayleen, thanks for coming on and sharing all the events over in the US. And let's have some fun with this.
Thanks, Dan. Let's all reach for the beach, huh?
Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll catch up soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks.